Good morning, friends. This is Paul. I pray your day is filled with peace and joy. Hey, everybody. This is Paul, and I want to start off by saying, hey, Merry Christmas. So I want to talk about why do we celebrate Christmas? Usually the simple answer is because we always have or because we're supposed to. The day comes and goes. We're more full and we've had a reunion with family. Now we could designate another day and make it the same. The 4th of July is an example. Thanksgiving, another. The ritual is to eat, talk, laugh, and eat again. We celebrate the opportunity to fellowship and eat. Did you notice the most common element, eat? Oh, yeah. So what about Christmas, really? The day is set around winter solstice or close to it, December 21st, a day with the least amount of sunlight. That's kind of interesting. A Jewish messianic writer put Jesus' birth in or around September, not winter solstice, a pagan holiday. But it doesn't matter the day we celebrate Jesus' birth, only that we celebrate his birth, God's gift to us. Read Matthew and Mark about the Christmas story. You'll really love it. Read it to your children every Christmas. I never totally understood why people who never go to church will attend on Christmas and Easter. I guess to celebrate that he came and then he left. The Christmas question should be, what have I done with the gift, Jesus, that God gave me? Some people put the gifts just on the shelf as if it were a vase or some picture to hang on a wall and stare at while passing by, while never open the gift for fear the giver might have demanded a thankful response. I like to think of God's gift, Jesus, as it's like a wonderful pair of shoes. Now, I'm old enough to remember that shoes were very important in my life. Imagine that these, say, a pair of tennis shoes or boots, whatever you prefer, custom made just for you. You put them on, you are ready to run. It seems that you can run faster and further than ever before. I remember my wonderful kids tennis shoes. Boy, oh boy, black top cloth and those soft rubber white soles. Back when I wore them, they were always at least one size too big, so that I had growing room. No matter what else you wore, you had new kids, and that's what you focused on. You wore them every day except Sunday. Eventually you wore them out. Tops got holes in them. Soles became detached from the black top cloth, but you didn't mind. You were always proud of them. Think Christ is like a pair of kids' tennis shoes, and we're proud of God's gift to us. I wish that we did not put him on a shelf or hang his picture on a wall. I wish that we thought about it daily in our mind. He became a part of us. I wish we believed that he made us run faster, go further, be better, so that we could overcome the rocks and thorns of life. I wish that we had the same identity we have with our favorite pair of shoes, with our Christ, and believe that he made us a better person. I was inseparable from my kids' shoes. Almost wore them to bed at night once I first got a new pair. I wish we appreciated God for his son, like I appreciated my parents for buying those kids for me. All the things I went through, they went through it with me. Of course, I said I'd never wear them on Sunday because, like Jesus, it's not religious. It's something on an everyday experience. And he is my everyday companion. So when you're making Christmas list, please include a pair of Jesus Keds and think of this gift from God. He will be a better solution to your life than just new shoes. He is not only enough, he's more than enough. You have a Merry Christmas. P.S. I thank God for good people with morals, compassion, family values, like Joe and Juanita Castillo. If only there were more people like them in the world. So a shout out to you, Joe and Juanita. Hey, bless you all and Merry Christmas.
Hey, Paul, I liked your blog. I think sometimes, especially during the Christmas time, for me, I get caught up in the hustle and bustle of, well, we got to get this present, we got to get this, and I oftentimes can lose sight of what Christmas is really about. And, like, when you hear people talking about what Christmas is really about, it's that stereotypical, oh, it's about family and giving to others, but I think you really hit on the fact that this should be about what God has given us. God gave us his son. So, like, why do you think it is that we get caught up in the giving, but then still lose sight of what God has given us?
Well, I think sometimes, nowadays, maybe our family's different from others, but nowadays we say, make me a list, and I'll pull off of that list. Where in days past, I would make a list, but know that it's quite possible that nothing came off that list for my Christmas because it was theirs. I think we have lost the fact of saying, I want to give people something that just doesn't make them happy, but maybe changes their perspective about life.
Yeah.
Because if I go back to the Christmas story, it's not about a Christmas tree and a fat, jolly old elf. It's about a sacrifice. And, I think when both your dad was born and your uncle, I think if I had to give them up as babies, I don't think I could. I think it would have broken my heart. I think I would have died in the struggle rather than giving them up.
Yeah.
Especially into a world that probably I knew was not only going to not appreciate them, but at some point was going to kill them.
Yeah.
I cannot fathom that degree of love from the Father. To us, it wasn't a degree of love to his son. He loved his son. But it was to the degree that he loved us because he wanted us back into his family. So I think we lose sight of the consequences of what it cost. Christmas is about a sacrifice, but it's about a love that is so great the world could not contain it. Mm-hmm. When we think of that and we want to share that with the people we love, then I think that can truly bring the meaning of Christmas back to life.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just economics.
Right. Well, it's like even at Christmas time, you see like the Bible app that I have on my phone. They have the Christmas time devotions, and they get in the right direction, but then they still miss it. So like, other than just reflecting on that gift and remembering that, what else can we do to not lose sight of that?
I think we can sit down and read the Christmas story every Christmas. We do that occasionally. Yeah. Occasionally we don't. I think it'd be good to say, hey, we're going to sit down and read the Christmas story before we start, just so that we're reminded of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that if our children love us as much as we love them, and they see the value we put on Christmas, then that's going to speak to their heart. Whether they understand it fully or not at this moment, that there's some kind of real value in loving Jesus.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's making sure that you have yourself aligned with what's important so that the next generation gets in, the next generation, and the next generation. Thanks, Paul. I like our talks when we get to sort these things out.
I do too. We'll change the world someday.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you, babe. Bye.
Hey y'all, thanks for joining us for Around the Supper Table. At Sanctuary Family Farms, we want to be real. Whether that's through our blogs, daily verses, or even Nana's recipes, we want to share the messages that God has laid on each of our hearts. If you liked what you heard today or want to get in touch with us, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Sanctuary Family Farms or our website at www.sanctuaryfamilyfarms.com, where we share our recipes and blogs and sell farm fresh beef and pork. We can't wait for you to join us again for next week's episode.